Chairman, Janab Riaz Farooqi Sahab. Okay. Riaz Farooqi Sahab is a great scholar. You must be continuously reading him in newspapers and magazines, etc. He is from Bijapur. He has completed his graduation and post graduation, okay, from Karnataka University, Dharwad. Later, he did his MS from Rutgers University, United States of America. He is a social worker, he is a politician, he is a great scholar, and he is a guiding force to all of us in this college. We are very fortunate enough to have such an outstanding personality as the chairman of our college and as the chief guest of this function. Uh, I request Janab Riaz Farooqi Sahab to deliver the keynote address on this occasion. And later, in another 10 minutes, one more guest from Aligarh Muslim University will be joining us after the keynote address by our chairman, Professor Vijay Pure from Aligarh Muslim University will join us. With this, once again, I welcome our chairman and chief guest of this function, Janab Riaz Farooqi Sahab, and I also welcome all my colleagues who have joined here offline, and some of my colleagues are online. I welcome all of them, and my special welcome to all my students who are watching this live from their homes online. I extend a very warm welcome to all my students. Once again, I welcome everyone who has joined this program and request our chairman, Janab Riaz Farooqi Sahab, to deliver keynote address. Sir, please.
Thank you.
Mobile number उधर ऐसा सर जरा सर ही इधर आने क्या सेंटर में है राइट राइट ಆಡಿಯೋ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಗುಡ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಮೂರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟರಪ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಓಕೆ
Respected Principal Dr. Afzal, learned members of the teaching faculty, and my dear students wherever they are. It's a great day for us, a National Education Day being celebrated in the memory of the great son of India, a great freedom fighter, a scholar, a philosopher, and a man of great intellect, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, the first education minister of India. It gives me immense pleasure to participate today's function at our college, and I must compliment to begin with the principal on the staff for organizing this function, which is very important for all people who are concerned with education. As far as the keynote address is concerned, I will read out to you all whatever I have to say about Maulana Azad, and I hope that you people will try to note down some of the important contribution of Maulana. Very important contribution of Maulana is the first ever education. Today I had an article on Maulana Azad in one of the Urdu papers, but it was all about national integration and social harmony. But today I have opted education only for an educational institution, that his contribution for education of India's Indian education. As I said, Maulana Azad was a great freedom fighter, philosopher, and scholar. He was a man of rare intellect. His concept of knowledge was that knowledge has no boundaries. Knowledge is not confined to color, creed, community, or country. Knowledge is a human heritage. To, it belongs to all, irrespective of their nationality. Maulana was not only in forefront of freedom struggle with Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, but he had deep insight in the socio-economic problems of the Indian people. Soon after independence, he was entrusted with education ministry as Gandhiji and Nehru were well aware of Maulana's intellectual capacity and scholarship. According to Dr. Rajendra Prasad, former president of India, Maulana had encyclopedic brain. Maulana Azad provided basic foundation for education in independent India. He started educational reforms by constituting University Education Commission in 1948. He gave more stress on national integration. He considered our common culture as a great treasure of human race. His education policy was for a new mind and for an open mind of our younger generation, as the country had come out of 200 years of slavery and darkness. He was proud of Indian past, but for a bright future of the country, he preferred progressive mind and was against narrow orthodoxy. He said that all historical tragedies in the world are because of racial narrow mindedness. In a free India, we need to get rid of this disease. He very much liked to have integration and harmony in our educational curriculum. He wanted this cultural integrity and harmony at world level, where we can combine science and technology of the West with spirituality and philosophy of the West East, so as to create a world citizenship. As an education minister, as an education minister, he laid the foundation of science and technology. He reconstituted, he rejuvenated, and he remodeled the National Council of Technology, Indian Council of Medical Research, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Indian Council of Social Science Research, Indian Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. He laid the foundation of first IIT at Kharagpur in 1951. He was equally concerned with rural development. India, being country of lakhs of villages, needed greater attention on villages for overall development of the country. For overall connectivity was a major problem of villages. Maulana piloted Central Road Research Institute for the same in 1952. For constructing public buildings, he founded Central Building Research Institute in 1943 in Roorkee. He was keen about electronics, without which no industrial development was possible. For this, he founded Central Electronics and Engineering Research Institute. His outstanding contribution to Indian education was University Grants Commission, a financial backbone to all universities and colleges. Apart from advancement of science and technology, the free India very much needed to preserve its glorious past and culture. India was a world civilization and had a very rich treasure of art, architecture and literature. Azad established a national level Sahitya Academy. He established a national level Sangeet Academy. He established a national level Lalit Kala Academy and such cultural and traditional institution to preserve and promote our culture and our traditions. He was for worldwide cultural relations, for which he established Indian Council for Cultural Relations. For world peace, he thought education to be very instrumental. He felt that Indian philosophy had not received due attention in the world of philosophies. It was not taught in any foreign university then. To introduce and promote Indian philosophy, Azad constituted a committee under Dr. Radhakrishnan. It was a great feat to introduce Indian philosophy on world stage. Social studies was his foremost concern. He believed that it to be a must for all citizens to know their rights and responsibilities. It was Azad's wide range of intellect that he could give a wide horizon for education, from history, philosophy to science and technology. He was not only Minister of Education, he was indeed an architect of Indian education. I क्यों ना? He's taking a little more time, Professor Vijapur. So I can say something about. I can say something about private life of Maulana.
Yes. Please.
It's very important.
Please.
Because we have always a public life which is different from private life. It should not be. Center में लेते हैं. I'm happy that you are giving a good response to whatever I am saying into say. And in spite of the fact that I doubt the keynote address, I have something to add to his personal life of Maulana Azad. Maulana Azad had spent almost, 10 days in a month in jails. Sometime in Ahmednagar jail, sometime in Ranchi jail, sometime in Calcutta jail, sometime in Delhi jail, sometime in Bombay jail, wherever, as a freedom struggle was on with Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana also was one of in the forefront. So he used to go to the jail. Whenever he used to go to the jail, his wife was a household. She was not participating in any public life. She was a household. But to say Maulana goodbye, Khuda Hafiz, goodbye, she used to come to the exit door. Okay? And Maulana was in a habit of not turning back. He used to just wave the hands like this only to his wife. Khuda Hafiz, like that. He did not turn back because he thought that if he turns back, it gives emotional weakness. She will think that Maulana have emotional weakness to look after the wife or the home or the belongings and all that. So that is one habit of Maulana, that whenever he went to the jail, whenever she came out to the exit door to say Khuda Hafiz and goodbye, he never looked back at her. He only said, okay, Khuda Hafiz, goodbye, and he went to the jail. That is how the people have struggled for our freedom. The second important thing in his life was, she had a long sickness. She was admitted to a hospital for a year or so or more. At that time, he was in Ahmednagar jail, Maulana, with Jawaharlal Nehru. So Jawaharlal Nehru requested him, Maulana, you apply for parole to the authorities and get to your wife, and she's almost in a coma or on lying bed. It is not for you to go and look at after her, something like that. Maulana refused to that. He said, I will not request the British authorities. I will not request them to let me free. I will not go away. I will be there only in the jail. And it so happened, such a tragedy, that after a year or so, she died in Calcutta. She died in Calcutta after prolonged illness. And Maulana, after 1 year or more of the year, he was let out when he completed his jail term. Then he went to Calcutta and offered prayers at his graveyard. That is one. Then some of the well-wishers of Maulana, when she was very sick and was having huge medical bills and all that, they had collected some donation, what you call donation to support her health care and all that. And after her death, these well-wishers, they reached Maulana. They said, Maulana, we had collected some money for her health's sake, but she has departed. What we should do the money? We want that you construct some memorial in her memory. Maulana said, I will not construct a memorial in her memory. In what kind of services she has done to the nation? This money will be given to the Kamala Nehru Hospital. Because at least Kamala Nehru was with Nehru sometime. But my wife was a housewife. Absolutely. So there is no need to construct like that. And all our life as a, I can take some time.
Yes.
As long as this kind of people, he always felt lonely. He always felt very lonely, very much isolated, because whatever he told to his community, they never responded. He was not for partition of this country. So strongly he advocated against the partition. Till his last breath, he was against the partition. But what to do? Things have happened. History is there. So he says in one of the, whenever I feel very lonely, and whatever I just whatever is my journey. I mean, journey is without caravan. I mean, without my followers, where they are. But whatever I see now, I turn back and see this is the dust of my own feet. I don't see anybody else. So that was the conviction, the courage, the wisdom that entrusted with this man. So this man should be remembered not as only an education minister of this country, the very first minister of this country. He founded the Indian educations totally in a modern way, as well as keeping the culture also intact. So this was the fair justice he has done to Indian education. And today, whatever we are sitting in the light today, I think it is because of their efforts.
Join Nivedi. Exit with it. Join with it.
इसको जाने देते हैं
हाँ सर.
Thanks, Eddie. Okay. Thanks. Vote of thanks also will be recorded. Yes, the program is recorded.
So good afternoon, one and all. Today we had organized National Education Day. We had two speakers on this occasion. Dr. Riaz Farooqi, who came out with a wonderful keynote address, bringing out the contribution of Maulana Azad to the education system in the post-independent period, and how he concentrated on not just one field of education, but medical, agriculture, social science, science and technology, etc. Along with that, he also spoke about the cultural contribution to the field of Indian culture and how it should be established all over the world. So on behalf of our college, the principal, the staff, and the management of CCAP Association, I extend my gratitude to Dr. Farooqi sir. Thank you, sir. At the same time, we had a chief guest speaker, Dr. A.I. Bijapur, speaking from Aligarh Muslim University, and whose topic was the new national education policy. So somehow we are not satisfied with what he spoke a little, So we want to listen from him much more in days to come, because we will be involved in this new education policy from next academic year. So on behalf of the college, the management, the principal and the staff, the students, I extend my gratitude to Professor Bijapur. Last but not the least, I extend my thanks to all my colleagues, the students who participated online, and special thanks to our principal for initiating this special celebration of National Education Day online. Thank you, one and all.
You have it. You have it. Keep it.
Okay.